Teams brawling it out in these lovely shiny streets.
Well, look, let's just get things straight underway. Kowana Gaming starting on this CT side. Julie's back out, but this time for Color. Meanwhile, Strife, they're just making their way up towards Banana.
Yeah, push for apps for the CTs though, so there's a bit of a counter aggression coming through. They're going to have to push fast though, because it's just maty and fejtZ here on the B side to hold the defense. This utility starts to rain through fejtZ. He's got a smoke he can throw down to support his teammate. But maty, we saw him do so much last game. Has to find some heads here. That's the first, and the bomb drops. fejtZ chimes in one of his own, and he gets away with his life. So that's 2 opening kills, and they have the man advantage.
Yeah, but look at that retake already. Banana, there's 2 players at range. The dual Berettas will find success, and the bomb, it hasn't even been allowed to be planted on the site. Kowana overwhelm, and they take the pistol.
Yeah, it all comes off of that aggression through apps early on. They get the info that it's going to be B, and then they just accelerate down through mid, and they get that flank so fast. There's just no possibility for them to feel comfortable on that T side to get that bomb down. fejtZ, he stays alive, and that's critical. Just prevents them from being able to get that bomb down. The retake comes through, and there's nothing they can do.
There's just too many things going on at once for Strife. It's utility heavy as well, so they haven't really got too much armor. A lot of MP9s on the back of Kowana, and then going to run it down middle. SMGs are going to fire bullets all the way down Inferno, and that's the opener.
That's that big brain of Crystal coming out. Rush mid, guys, with the MP9s, and they storm down, finding these players left, right, and center. All the extra, they're in T-spawn, for God's sake. They're everywhere. Slide the clock. You can't do anything, and that's so much extra cash.
$600 a kill for the SMGs. And it's going into multiple players' bank accounts, so the money, it starts to begin to swell. Just an eco, though, for Strife. They're not going to mind too much, just going up, armed themselves with the Glocks. No bomb plant because, well, they didn't even get out of spawn. So, but the AKs and the rifles can now come in. They're playing up against Kawana's bonus.
Yeah, it's going to be critical, right? 5 MP9s. Definitely not with the weaponry advantage against the 5 rifles. So chance here for Strife to strike back. Early utility being thrown down every single position here. And once again, aggression towards Banana.
Yeah, look at them go. Getting up close and personal with the SMGs, perhaps. But it's only just to drop the utility, and then they can back all the way off. Strife, now going to be in the back of their minds that they're going to need to start to clear these angles and then waste more time on the clock.
Exactly. They're trying to make this as uncomfortable as possible for Strife. They know that this is the comfort pick for them. And if they can just put this aggression early on, not let them have any of these positions, they can do so much. And look at this stack towards middle.
It's absolutely perfect because the utility is about to be lined up. Rex lining up the long smoke. Flashbang can come in. It's only going to flash a couple of players. No doubt some of them playing anti-flash, and the counter. The SMGs are just raining in. Stamina, though, chimes in with a multi-kill, and suddenly it's all turned on its head.
The 5 MP9 mid stack for Kowana, but it doesn't work out. They all rush into mid at the same time, and the rifles prove a little bit too strong. Going for the gamble stack now over to B, but that is not where that bomb is making its way towards. Strife, they will get that A bomb site for free and the round.
There's a couple of ways to look at this, and I'm going to take the more kind of excited approach, okay? Kowana, with this bonus round, that was a scary, weird, reckless thing to do, but it ties into Yumi's just kind of analysis of the mad scientist approach from Crystal. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out, but I'm still excited to see these weird ideas potentially coming to life for this roster.
Proper mad scientist stuff. 5 MP9 mid-hold. Not even anyone back towards pit or apps. It's literally all 5 players holding from mid. It's you love to see it. It's fun. We knew this was going to be a fun series with a lot of brawls, a lot of chaos, and I'm glad it's delivering.
And fejtZ will pick up an AK, so that's an upgrade at the very least for Kowana. It's nice, though, Strife, they survive and almost thrive in the chaos that Kowana are presenting towards them. Maybe this could be a staple, though. Throwing aggression down mid early, using their utility to really suffocate Strife out of early map control, could be the deciding factor. It's a really unknown entity. We've got no information for this roster.
Inferno is one of those maps, though, that I feel like everyone has sort of a level of comfort playing, right? You've got your sort of set strats. It's not too hard to adapt to a new IGL and new sort of system of playing. I think that's sort of maybe potentially why they've been happy to let this one come through for Strife. Let them have their comfort pick, the maps they play the most, because, you know, Kowana, they've been playing in EU forever. All these players, even though they haven't played together, they've certainly been grinding it out in this scene. So Still going to feel relatively comfortable. And kolor, he's got the AWP early on as well.
Yeah, it's uncontested. He can peek on in down towards middle. Actually going to fall away. So now a little bit of ground Strife can just walk into.
He's got a nice peek onto the chicken, holding down towards Duck, but not able to find any player. Now he's going to get smoked off, so forced to fall back. Ground being taken here by Strife. A utility looking quite solid from them. You can see the fundamentals are good. Counter utility thrown back through, but not finding its marks. Like it's a little bit of a spam on. joltz, he's creeping his way up through apps here. Potential to find an opening here to swing back out from the MP9 kolor. He does find joltz in the end with that AWP.
Yeah, top rack is the top banana. Typically, that's what we're going to see Strife aiming towards in terms of map control. You see that they've got it, and now they reset their focus towards banana. But maty's here. He's holding such a pixel gap, and he can get one and then just escape.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want from your B defender. He was the only one there too, so it's critical he finds that opener. The rotation has come through now, though, so he is supported. That bomb, it's actually going to be making its way back towards A, but there's a three-man stack here at the moment, and they are all within sight and pit.
Well, they didn't need to rotate because maty got the kill and then just fell back. Just means that cowana, they can just stay in their position. Strife, a difficult task on their hands. There's only 20 seconds left.
They have to make a decision here. These three players have to commit to this bomb site. That smoke is going to get thrown down. Bit of a boost up here for stamina to potentially find this opener in towards pit. But he's not given up anything yet. kolor, he's playing close quarters combat with his AWP. He actually is good for one. Even the second with 9 HP gets both.
Yeah, I like the idea from Strife. They're trying to boost their player over to kind of get an angle in towards pit, but there's simply not enough time left on the clock. They leave it late off the back of being shut down towards banana. And yeah, it's a nice stuff. Very nice defense from cowana early. And Strife, they've got a lot of work to do, really.
See if they can managing it. Once again, full buying into this one. fejtZ relegated to the Mach 10. Jump boost in mid, but not rewarded with a kill early on. But it does give kolor this line of sight down mid. He can separate the map into two, but it's actually going to decide to fall back and play a bit safer.
7-0. Exactly what you want. Hasn't yet been tested too much at all. Strife creeping their way through the apartments right now, ready to test the defense of cowana once again on this A bomb site.
That Mach 10, that's going to be flying out first. It's all on Stefan here in the site, but the rotations, there's 4 players in the vicinity, and they're going to stream out now. Crystal, he's holding the line for anyone that drops down too. The rotations are perfect. They're all coming through. 4 players on the site, and they're just taking so long to aggress out. Crystal and fejtZ, they're just picking them apart. It's like he's able to find one in response to stamina. He can swing through, but there's just no ground to be taken.
It's just so easy for cowana. Strife, they're making their intentions so clear. They're not putting any presence anywhere else on the map, and it just means that cowana, they get the control uncontested. This means that they can just have all these rotations and support on towards A, and it's just so telegraphed.
Yeah, it just feels like cowana, they have the stack in place every single time. They've just read it perfectly. It's great stuff from them. You can see that tactical depth. They've done their research on how Strife run this map. Part of the reason, it is their most comfortable map. They expect it to come out. It's so much easier to study a team like that. But oh, aggression towards mid here. joltz with the deagle. He is good for one, but kolor does get the trade.
So the MP9 being thrown away as well. Just the upgraded pistols for Strife. Trying to work their way in. Would love a bomb plant, but fejtZ looking to strip it away from the misaggression, but Rek fully blind, completely decapitates him.
Yeah, just holding the line. The flash comes through. It's perfect. The setup. fejtZ swings on it, but removed immediately. Stamina with this P250. He's sitting in the smoke here. It is being held, though. You can see there's a second player here to support. He might find his timing, though. It's just the AWP, but kolor, he is far too quick. 11 for 0 at the moment.
Look at maty as well. He's just filling in fejtz's footsteps. Just walking all the way in. Got to be careful. Rek has already got 1 kill. He's now got the AK-47. There's a minute on the clock, and Strife, they have to piece this one together.
No armor, though. A single smoke grenade. Crystal, he's just going to swing out, drop the bomb. Rek was pretty impactful on overpass, but has to do it all here. That flash comes through, holds the line, but the flank coming through from behind shuts him down immediately.
It's nice as well because even though they've got the double long setup, the second player doesn't even swing. Doesn't give him an opportunity. Waits for the safety plan and net of banana just to come in, get the flank. Maybe if Rek has an amazing round, just 180s him, then he can just swing in. It's the insurance policy. There's just so many just opportunities for Cowana to capitalize upon their advantage, and they're playing it so safely.
kolor gets his first death on the board. 7 rounds in, 11-4-1. Looking unstoppable. This time it's aggression out towards B. Actually going for another play in towards Banana here. kolor holding the line, but fejtZ. Great flick onto him. That's an opening kill now for Strife. That's a rare opportunity so far in this series.
That's what the Des look to. fejtZ leading by example, trying to motivate and rally together the North American troops, especially when elimination is on the line. Stefan peeking his way in towards top middle. Instead, sets his gaze back towards the apartment. Strife been known for these apartment pops early stages.
And this is the one time they haven't read the stack correctly. Stefan, he is alone here in pit and has everything to do. Although, as I say that, the rotations do start to come through. Strife, they're taking their time on this execute, and that's allowed Cowana to rotate everyone across. So now this stack, it is going to be in play. Crystal's made his way over into Graveyard. fejtZ out towards Long. Sitting in the smoke. There's 3 Ts on the other side. His crosshair, it is on the head of Stamina, and there's the kill. Graining in, but fejtZ, he can't kill his own. And Schultz, that's Crystal removed. It's just Stefan left. 1v3, that's the first. 2 more to find. And they're just going to try and tuck tail and run. He has to be in hot pursuit. He's charging them down. Are they going to be ready for the swing? He's going to peek out. The spray can't quite convert it.
It's fejtZ the hero. A quad kill for the Estonian, and Strife get another round on the board, and it comes off the back of his heroics, but simply individual plays will not be enough for this lineup to be consistent throughout the remainder of Inferno. It's a lovely, spark that really could ignite the flame within Strife, but they're going to need to all step up together.
The scary thing about that one for Strife was that Cowana read it. It just didn't quite pull off fejtZ. It's good for the 1 kill, but the trades were just too good. fejtZ looking very sharp towards Long and then able to close out at the end. So even though they get that one away, Cowana had the idea in place, and it could have easily gone the other way. Banana control not really been a strong point for Strife either early on. You can see Cowana, they commit 4 players to get control of that early, and then they just rotate it off. They leave 1 player there to hold it, and they're happy.
It's the AWP as well, and in fact, the fire burns fejtZ alive. So yeah, they're so confident with Cowana just having this stack in, but Slight catches and goes ahead of that flashbang. And now Rek could swing in from Boiler. It's a little bit of chaos in towards top mid, and that allows Jols to potentially extend over here.
Oh, Stefan, he was ready for it. He had the read, but the MAC-10 reigns supreme. kolor, though, does get that kill over towards B, so back into this 2-on-2. The bomb, it's all the way down towards T-Ramp, so that's going to have to be recollected. kolor now has an opportunity to group up with fejtZ and play this 2v2. Oh, Jolts, he's pushed all the way forward, slinking into the smoke. fejtZ, Schultz, he's just slowed down, but Schultz, he's going to get both with the MP9, slinking through the smoke and popping out for 2.
There's a couple of rounds now where fejtZ has been so brazen just to walk through these smokes, and ultimately it comes at Kawana's peril. In that round, it's a 2 versus 2. You're stuck behind the Moto smoke. The bomb is nowhere to be seen. Not that they'd know that, but it wasn't even planted. So there's time to work with it. With the MP9, you've got nothing to lose. He just plays on the edge, and they line up for him.
There's no need to push that smoke either. The bomb hadn't even gone down. They just go for the risky play, assuming that the control hadn't been taken yet, and they completely punish Jolts. He does it all. That slink out through apps with the MAC-10, gets the opener, and then closes it out with the double. Still a full investment here from Cowana. They're fully bought into this one. It's not the best for them. Stefan, he's got a deagle. Utility already completely expended except a single flash.
There was a triple stack over towards short. It's another layer of the Cowana defense. Meanwhile, over towards B, they're boosting up. They're leaving maty on the half wall. Just that smoke begins to fade. Slight, he begins his move.
This is an opportunity here. This B side has been unbreakable so far. Oh, great ding from maty. He's even able to slip away, gets another kill for it, and a second. maty does not stop his form from overpass, completely shuts down this B assault. They're going to continue to aggress up, but the damage has been done.
And it's a boost as well over towards CT. In fact, it fails. maty, he's just so confident he might just swing in again.
No utility to set him up though. Stefan has that single flash and he's over towards A, but he's just going to run through himself, trying to find the kills. This man cannot be stopped. He is able to get away with his life, although it gets a little bit tricky there. The boost is not quite coming through, but now fejtZ, he can pop up with the FAMAS, but no, he falls off at the wrong time. Oh, it's a disaster, but that's not a disaster, finding the bomb planet through the smoke. Rek able to get the trade back, but now so low HP on both these T-side players. Have to find these kills immediately. The utility, it's all gone. There's no smoke. Rek, that's the first on the HS. A critical kill. The flanks, they're coming through thick and fast. Slide, that's a second kill. Crystal though, he's made his way up. Banana, he can shut this one down. There's the first, the bomb plant. It has come through. Rek, he's trying to get away from this. Crystal has to clear the angles, but Rek holds it, the 2v4.
On such low HP as well. They isolate the gunfights perfectly. We were previously praising cowana for being in the advantage, having the correct trade space and not swinging out individually and allowing these mistakes. And that one is incredibly costly. Strife, 2 of those players are under 30 HP, and yet they still managed to get it done.
The lack of utility potentially a factor that made them decide they had to go for these peaks, right? Had to fight it.
Yeah, but the issue with that is that Crystal was so far advanced on that flanking banana. All they need to do is wait. They don't need to jiggle out. Meanwhile, it means that right now, the Calamity is going to capitalize for Strife, and potentially they can even up the scoreline. It's just USPs.
Double nade kill there as well. Stamina. Cocking and delivering. Stefan with the deep. That's duelist. 5-3. What the hell, Stefan? That's absolutely insane. But Color, it's a 1v2, but he wants to convert this one, and he doesn't have the duelies. Okay,
this is a chaotic couple of rounds. Stefan in towards Boiler, gets 3 kills with the dual Berettas. Okay then, sure. I'm completely all right with that one. Color, he's going to have a look, and he picks up his preferred weapon of choice. Could scope in. Instead, will elect to play the save game. Gets out of there with an AWP.
Stefan blowing my mind there and blowing a couple of players out of the server. You don't see the dualies doing so much damage against armored opponents, right? They have one of the lowest armor penetrations in the game, but he just isn't able to be traded, and he just fires off like a cowboy just blazing out of Boiler.
And that's a win for cowana, all things considered. You saw the situation they found themselves in. Strife had the numbers advantage through and through. They've got the weaponry upgrades. And yet, it's just one man in Boiler that shuts them down.
That AWP recovered back into the hands of Color. He has been so impactful with that early on in Inferno. Been a bit quiet these last couple of rounds, but from what he's shown us so far, he is an absolute beast to be reckoned with.
You see what that's done to the economy as well. Although Strife can rebuy into this one, they've got no bank balance behind it. It's like $150. Hate to see it. Not ideal, and now he's going to swing in. We saw this on Overpass, and he's going to get punished.
At least the trade does come through, though, so it is back into the 4-on-4. And look at the CTs, Brandon. 2 already deciding to rotate over.
And then you look at the reaction from Strife. They're just going to aggress in. Joels, that's one of the shades of the Crystal defense for Color. He's trying to add a new Q. Stamina will now swing in, and suddenly it's all orange on blue. And Strife, they'll take the lead potentially if maty can't clutch.
I'd be surprised if he goes for this one. The money, it's just as bad for cowana here. I think he's going to want to hold on to this one. Maybe try and punish anyone trying to hunt him down. The Strife players, as mentioned, want to hold on to these rifles. 3 alive, that's a good position to be in. It gets chaotic there for a little bit, but Strife, they do come out ahead.
Just a couple of kills as well. It's these reads from cowana, and we were praising them in the early stages. We were saying, okay, they got good B control. Strife have adjusted. Really nice reaction from them. They're putting more pressure on Banana, and that means that CT rotate is literally caught in transition, not really too sure what to do, and it's enabling more opportunities for Strife to execute a more direct plan onto a bomb site.
The saved M4. Not going to have too much around it. The money, not great for cowana. So Strife in a good position here to start to build up a lead here on the T side. It was their T side that they really struggled on Overpass. So if they can get 7 or 8 rounds, they're going to be feeling very comfortable going into CT.
Yeah, and this is their map pick. Exactly what you want from them. It's a lovely response because cowana look lights out. They've really dug their heels in. You see the coach just barking out instructions.
Pep talk coming through. You boys have got this far. The lead. It's all on the line. have to stage this victory on Inferno to stay in the ESL Pro League conference stage.
Yeah, some Cinderella story for them it would be, considering the nature in which they got here. But they are here, and that's the most important thing. And it would love, we'd love it, the desk would love it if NA could actually put a round and a map on the board for North America, rather than just kind of losing every single series 2-0. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, certainly someone on the desk would be a fan of that. See what Mike has to say. But Stefan, he has something to say here in mid, swinging up, but doesn't get any info off the back of it. That smoke is going to give Strife a bit of an insight into this play, and they're not going to give up the kill.
Looking to take top banana now. Stamina and the gang creeping their way forward. As that smoke starts to disappear, they can gather some control, but the rotation from cowana is here. Color with the AWP already in CT.
This is incredible because Strife have not gone for banana control once. The one time they do, the three-man stack is here. So Color, he's ready to hold the line here, has the angle. Flashbang, the smoke. It's all going to start raining through now. Has an opportunity, but does miss the angle. maty going for the spam here. Does a fair bit of damage, but that's just fejtZ. That's the side defender. He's removed, and maty, he has to fall back.
And now the vision's all obscured by the smokes. cowana, there's currently no way in. Bomb manages to get over. Trapped now, isolated in towards pool. Not that cowana know this.
There's no smokes left for the T's. This plant, it has to come through, but there's going to be no cover behind it. That single smoke, all that is remaining. maty, though, he's able to find stamina. Takes a lot of damage for his efforts. The 3v4 now. This is a very difficult one to make its way back into. And see, maty, he's actually starting to slink away.
Yeah, they need to. Simply, there's just no economy. They're even going to smoke off their escape. cowana need to hold on to the rifles, bringing free forward into the next round would be very beneficial for them.
Yeah, maty had to find more than one there. That was ultimately it. And fejtZ, he wasn't able to find any kill on the entry either. B-site's so difficult to retake for the CTs, particularly when that utility is so low. No incendiaries to flush out those positions, just a couple of smokes. That's not going to do it. So now it's 7 on the board for Strife, and looking like they're in a commanding position to take this half.
We did see this, though, first half. However, they were on the CT side. We questioned it. I think you even questioned it at the start of the game, whether we would see just kind of any layers to their attack, because it was the T side of overpass they really struggled on, but looking a lot better here.
Good signs if you are an NA fan. See cowana, the campus all very serious faces now. Few rounds the deficit. Peek into mid here, dropping that incendiary forward, prevent any further aggression. See fejtZ, can't even push up into banana off the back of it.
Full gun round once again. Slight Cyclops in his way down second middle. Apartment's control has been gathered. You can see the color is actually peeking in really deep on the balcony, but in fact he moves away. Lots of utilities been deployed early. Yeah,
all 5 T-side players over here. Banana completely conceded, but there's also 4 CTs on the defense. But Slight, he finds the opener onto color. That's a huge kill to find. Crystal, he has to do everything here on long, especially with Stefan being shut down. It's just a single player inside, and that's fejtZ immediately dispatched by Jolts.
Lovely stuff from Strife. They completely mitigate the defense that cowana wanted to throw up against them. You can see the retake flashes coming in. fejtZ so keen to take an engagement, but a little bit confused where Strife were, because as soon as they got the opening on the AWP, they just slowed things down. They waited for cowana to rotate into the open, and then they capitalized upon it. And now it's a difficult save. There's the money potentially there for a couple of players of Strife to try and hunt this. You can see that's exactly what they're doing.
Crystal just begging to stay alive with this M4 going into the next round. And a couple of rounds left to play. The money, it has not been there for cowana. Even the execute utility raiding through. maty getting super uncomfortable here, and even more uncomfortable as fejtZ sends him to an early grave. Crystal even denied holding on to the M4. And it feels like Strife, you know, the stacks are there for cowana, right? They've got the 4-man lead. But Strife, they're making a statement. They say, we don't care if you've stacked your whole entire team over here. We're going to kill them one by one, and the site will be ours.
Playing their own game, not letting the cowana rotations disrupt them. And off the back of it, a timeout has been called in for cowana. Just taking a breath, trying to reset, trying to figure out what is going wrong and how can they correct it for the rest of the half.
2 rounds remaining. cowana's CT sides have been very solid, so it's not good for them to be off to a bit of a rough start here. Going into that T side, that's a very intimidating scoreline to be going up against, even if Strife don't get any more, you know, but there's the good potential with the way the money is at the moment. You can see Maty and HS, they can't invest into this one. Those rifles that were hunted down, the fact that they are removed is a huge boon for Strife and a massive issue here for cowana, who now have to bring out the MP9s.
I've seen the MP9s get up close and personal though. Lovely opener. Scoped in all the way back at apartments so the scope noise wasn't heard. Completely caught out our cowana. I just love seeing Toyo behind them. Like, they're just so, like, he's so into it. You can tell how much this means to him and all of the boys over at the Strife camp, and it's a great start to the half.
Well, Color going for a bit of an interesting start here. The aggression up into apps with the AWP. Rek is in here as well, and Stefan get flashed off out of Boiler, so Color's going to have to make his way out of there. These two players, they're taking control.
Might be more of the same. Strife just trying to work an angle. Utility being lined up. But instead, they're going to fall back. They might look to reset towards Banana.
It's just the one player there at the moment. Kawana's stack is over towards A, although Crystal, Maty is playing in Speedway, so we can get over there pretty quickly. HS is jiggle peeking at this time. Kawwana have been rotating the way these players are holding these sites quite a bit. We've seen Maty playing both A and B, potentially because of the weaponry he has, wants to play closer angles. Stefan, here comes the smoke. He's playing around this, but it's a complete distraction. They're making their way towards B.
Yeah, bomb in tow. But Maty's going to get there in time to support HS, but it is only that SMG. Here comes Color with the big green, working their way in. All the meanwhile, you can see over towards top mid, it's a little bit of a ruse. And in fact, that's going to catch out the rotations, but Crystal on the MP9, he strikes first, and he actually retrieves an AK.
Oh, it's Stefan. He's going to drop the bomb, and that's the AWP removed. The pieces. It looks like Strife had the read. They fake it out, cause the rotation. Stamina has managed to get into sight and find a kill, but that bomb, it's so difficult to retrieve. Rek, he has to do it all. There's three players, the kill on the edge of the smoke, but not able to quite do it. And 8-6 now is the scoreline.
Yeah, slowly starting to be recovered for cowana. They don't let just a couple of pieces of utility phase them, whilst they send a couple of players over to support because HS is isolated. The remainder of the stack just anchors themselves into the A bomb site. Even that push for information with Crystal in towards apartments, he gets the kill in towards Boiler and he stays alive. It allows Stefan to completely swing in, and it really catches out Strife.
That's a huge kill. It's good to see Stefan stepping up after a bit of a quiet overpass from him. Like going for the aggressive pick up Banana, but is smoked and mollied off. Brought a little bit low. Things quiet here in the last round of the half.
Flashbang. cowana not going to extend off the back of it. Instead, it's just utility just being distributed to halt progress of Strife. Feel a lot more comfortable here. You can see that they're a lot more keen to take these engagements in towards top middle. They're not really playing scared anymore.
Yeah, the three-man lean towards B means only two defenders on the side. That AWP is not here. Color, he's been the man to do it all for cowana. HS on the rotate. Will they get here in time? These teams are taking control out towards long. HS is going to throw the flashbang through though. That's going to slow things down. Smoke's come out. He smokes his way through, but now his vision is blocked. A bit of ground here for Strife as they make their way through mid, throwing out the utility and keeping cowana guessing.
There's a lot of smokes that's been deployed on this long side though, and in fact they've only got one to really execute for the remainder, and that's pulled all the attention of cowana over here. There's 3 players in this site. Nade damage is trickling them all down. HS, he'll take a tick of damage, but as the hit comes in, cowana, they can hold firm.
Yeah, these positions are really good, but Schultz, he's come down in the pit. HS on the boosted position, only good for the first step out. He has to do it all, but Rek finds him as well. And now Maty and Color. These have been the 2 stars for this team so far today. They have to pull off the 2v3. Maty making his way through, no utility to play for. This site setup, it is perfect from Strife, and they shut down Maty already. Color with the orb. It's an almost unwinnable clutch, and Rek gonna deny anything.
Yeah, lovely stuff in the closer stages for Strife, and they will win out the half. But look, don't go anywhere and join us after the break, and we can see whether NA will win a map at conference.
We are back here on the second half of Inferno, and it is cowana that looks in a little bit of strife here as the North Americans pick up a 3-round lead going into the CT side.
Yeah, they do. And what's interesting to note is that Strife, their win distribution on T and CT is actually just even, 50-50, completely across the board. So, we're interested to see what they can provide on the defense here. A little bit of a different story for cowana. They actually pick up 52% of rounds on the T side. So it's fine margins here at EPL Conference. And Color, he'll start things off with a quick P250 headshot.
And now I'm looking to slight with the dualies to put it back in the favor of Strife. We often see the dualies in at half wall just because that flash can set up a player to swing out and fire, but it's going to be Rek that is tested. That's the first kill for him, and he's even able to get away with his life. But the execute is coming in thick and fast. It's just Rek here on the defense, has to find the second, but he has to reload. He's burning alive, and the knife kill comes through. Maty absolutely denying him.
The audacity to even, whilst Rek is being burnt to a cinder, run in and knife him. But fair enough, it's a lot of money injected into Maty's bank balance, and now it's his 4 versus 3 retake fejtZ. He's creeping his way in. Gotta be careful though, it's pit, midi pit and graveyard. It's a difficult setup to break.
Yeah, his crossfire is absolutely perfect. Stefan reigns in for the first slight with these dualies. Hasn't been able to have any impact with them so far. And in fact, just going to want to get away potentially with that armor and maybe find an exit. Stamina also looking for something here, but in the end, cowana, they come out ahead, and it's off the back of the Rek shish kebab. That knife above the flames. Absolutely love to see it here. This has been a very entertaining matchup.
Yeah, it's been a great series to watch all the way through. Slight try to do his best Stefan impression with the dual Berettas, but unfortunately can't quite live up to the expectations. cowana's quite strong here on the second half.
We get to see it here once again. Yoink, that's a barbecued Rek, if I ever saw one. Now the full investment coming through from Strife though. Once again, we see those dualies backed up with the full head armor this time. Scout, a couple of deagles, and an MP9 on the defense.
His way in. But Color will win out the scout fight. It's a classic headshot. That's a second opener for him in this half.
Yeah, both of them towards top mid there, just holding that line. I wouldn't be picking back into that one if I was these CTs. A bit of damage done onto fejtZ. Jolt's trying to reposition himself up in towards app. It's all 5 T players here. Just 2 CTs on the defense. Rek doesn't want to get knifed this time round. Has a dually playing that long range angle, and it's Jolt's that we're looking towards here. As this short aggression comes through, oh, the rotations, they've come through fast.
Yeah, in a more favourable position, but Stamina, he's going to get caught with his utility out. Jolt, he's going to aggress in, but Maty will win out that engagement. And it just leaves Rek and fejtZ in a little bit of a difficult position, already thinking about the save, wants to hold on to the armor.
Not a great position to be in, but at least they'll have something going into the following round. So cowana immediately bouncing back here on the T side. It was the side that we looked at them and maybe had a few questions about how strong their coordination was, how these hits were coordinated. A few missed smokes we often saw on Ancient. It felt like maybe there was a bit of miscommunication going on at times, but looking pretty solid here so far in these 2 opening rounds.
And I'd expect them to be a lot more comfortable on a map like Inferno that has been well established for so long. I mean, every one of these players must play thousands of hours on Inferno. It's a comfortable map. The strategies, whilst they can be very technically difficult, the overall perception of how the map should be played is very consistent. It has been for a number, well, just a very long time, to be honest with you. cowana, they actually survive in the pit. We're playing on the previous patch of CSGO, not the one that dropped just the other day. So that would have killed you all the way back in the pit, but not to be right now.
Yeah, what do you think of that change, Brandon? Do you think it was necessary? I think it caught everyone off guard that there was a change to Inferno of all maps.
Yeah, I think it's cool, just adding a bit more of a damage to the bomb. Be interested to see how it plays out, because it means that obviously certain plant spots will be changed, and then you can generate some new counter utility to really like deny some bomb plants. Be interested to see how that one ends up. Meanwhile, back into this one, Strife, they had the lead quite comfortably. It was a 3-round buffer, but unfortunately for them, cowana, they've started flawlessly, and all they're able to muster up is just a couple of pistols.
Yeah, Rek is along with the deagle. Smokes here to slow things down. Actually, just to try and waste some of this utility for cowana. The longer they can delay these executes, at least they can get some value out of this round, keeping the money honest for cowana. HS, you can see he's raring to go with this MAC-10, just wants to burst into the site. And here comes the utility. Smoke coming through towards CT. Crystal has a couple of flashbangs ready to go, but that's that counter smoke coming through immediately.
And HS, we know he likes to creep through these smokes. But thinks better of it this time. Rek peering in, trying to get some information towards top middle. And in fact, that one defensive smoke is going to temporarily halt kawana's progress, and they might think about rotating, but with these CT smokes, it's telegraphed. Here comes the execute, and these pistols on the site, they're going to have to do work.
Yeah, Joss has a smoke to delay this Molotov, though. 3 players tucked in here. Stamina also have the potential to find a kill over towards the A site. See HS, he's worried. He doesn't know where this stack is coming through. They don't want to commit to this, but there's only 30 seconds left. That bomb, it's still teetering in towards top mid, but with that kill on the Stamina, that might be the signal to go, and it's actually they're going towards fejtZ. He's going for the jiggle here. There's only 20 seconds left. That bomb has to make its way somewhere. The opportunity, Rek, he can shut it down, but maty denies him.
Almost lost in translation there for kawana. We've seen this in a number of rounds. It just feels like they might be overcomplicating something that should be, in retrospect, just quite simple. I like the idea of throwing the smokes down, keeping Strife in the B bomb site, and then going towards top brackets. And then as soon as maty got the kill on apartments, it looked for a second that they might head back towards the B site. A little bit confused. It's quite natural. You're just still settling in with this new international roster. It's going to take time to build that little bit of cohesion, but it's still a little bit worried when you're sat there watching the minimap and you watch the players back and forth.
Yeah, down to the wire there, planting it with 10 seconds to spare. So keeping us on our toes here are kawana, but now they even up the scoreline, 9-9. We're going to this next round, Strife. They had the opportunity to bring out all the rifles. Slight, he has enough cash in the bank to play that AWP. And he's having a bit of a slow one here as well. Hoping to see some opening picks from him.
Yeah, speaking to Mike in the green room, and he said that Slight would be the player to watch out for. If he's firing on all cylinders, he's just creating a lot of kills with the AWP. It means that Strife's going to have a lot of success. And you look at the duality of that. You take a look at the AWP for kawana. Color 17 and 7. They're worlds apart.
Does only have the scout this time, though. So the advanced weaponry is for Slight here. Holding the line into second mid there. Banana control, this is a big difference between these two teams that we've seen so far. There's just no contest from Strife here on Banana. kawana, they were not letting Strife get it on the T side. Counter utility coming through now, but still much control given.
Not looking to aggress off the back of the utility either. Bait and switch setup established on long. Meanwhile, maty peering in towards the apartments. There's still 4 players for kawana though at Banana.
HS has HS stickers on his rifle. That's nice to see. Things slowing down here, but the bomb is making its way up Banana. 2 players here. The AWP is still over towards the A site. So if they can keep that one interested, there's a chance they can find the opportunity to go for this take here. Utility going out towards A as well, keeping those 3 CTs on site. Oh, Stamina gets a little spooked there. Fires off the shot into the wall as the bullet rains through next to him. Stefan takes a huge chunk of damage here. Oh, maty, he's pushed up to the smoke rack. He finds him. That's going to activate that rotation. You can see already coming through in fejtZ. He's found a kill on the defense as well. Swinging out here. Crystal does manage to chase him down with that MAC-10 though. There's an opportunity now for them to potentially get this bomb down.
Yeah, a little bit of a strange situation. Bombs been planted at fountains, so it's not a common spam. It means that kawana can just get into these retakes, but potentially they might take the fight to them. It's a perfect Molotov. It pushes Stamina forward, and Crystal will capitalize.
Oh, the wall bang. It almost looks like it could do it. Those 3 players were like in front of the glass-stained windows there, but not able to connect. And that time, it is ticking down. Rek, he's the one that has to aggress here, and he's not quite able to convert it onto Stefan. Slight now with the AWP pushing up 4, but he's now the 1 on 3. That's the first. For these 2 players, there's just no time left on the clock. They're hunting him down. Crystal's coming through from behind, and he'll be lucky to even hold on to the AWP at this stage.
Oh, but he will nail the shot on towards Crystal, and given the amount of casualties that kawana have suffered at the expense of winning the round, there's no interest to really hunt the AWP. So, saving grace, it is retained forward for Slight, but is that going to be enough? Saw this on Overpass. It was a very contested first half. It was very close. It was back and forth. And then in the second, kawana just ran away with things. We thought, okay, well, look, this is Strife's home turf. They like playing it. They're on a 3-map win streak right now. Might be looking hot to trot here, but at the moment, it's just similar shades.
Again, Slight saving that AWP. I feel like that's a story we've seen multiple times, right? We've seen opportunities where he's just the last one alive and he can't do anything. Just not able to find that impact. And it's all well and good to have it in multiple rounds, but you need to be finding the openers. You need to be having the impact because that's a huge investment, that AWP.
Very expensive indeed. Joel's on the pixel gap, just peering in towards balcony. 3 players are about to meet his presence. Got a nasty surprise waiting for them on the balcony. The flashbang, it's not going to blind him, and he extends. It's a lovely kill, but he falls straight into the headband.
Yeah, Rek rotates over, but he's caught out in the open. It's just the 2 players here, 3-man lead towards B, and it does not pay off. The site only good for the first kill, and now that bomb can be planted. And kowana Gaming continue to extend this lead. Now 2 rounds going to be the deficit.
It's just nice fundamentals from kowana. Trade spacing is perfect. Although Joel's opens up his account, he can't keep track of the players that are just bursting out towards the apartments, and then it just feels like Rek was just caught in transition a little bit, not really too sure where to look. It almost as if the comms are a little bit chaotic there, and kowana, they're going to fully capitalize upon it. Strife obviously not going for this one because their finances don't support it. AWP and MP9s to be taken forward.
At least they can drop those 2 MP9s over to their teammates. Or actually, they might just drop rifles over to their teammates because it is Jolts and Rek that are leading the charge for Strife. But at the very least, they'll be able to invest into this next round and have another opportunity to get a round on this CT side because it's been the kowana story. It just feels like they have the read on how Strife are holding these maps, these sites, sorry, and they're exploiting those gaps. It seems that every single time they go for an execute, it's just 2 players on the defense and they just can't get the damage done.
Rek's an interesting story as well because he's been in and out of NA rosters for so long. It feels like he's a lot more older than he should be. I think there was a story circulating the other day that in fact he got benched from a team because he failed his driving test and his mum grounded him. He couldn't attend practice.
Well, don't need a driver's license to attend an international LAN. Just hop onto that plane and away you go. So in the end, I think it's panned out well for him joining this lineup of Strife. An opportunity to get some early experience in his career on that LAN soil. And Jolts, ooh, maty on the other side there. Opportunity, doesn't quite spot him, but holding the line here. Oh, maty just too good with the read. That's Jolts removed early on. And it's just the sole defender here in Rek, and kowana, they had an opening last time. They might be interested in taking it again.
It's nice to see maty being so consistent here. We thought that maybe it was a flash in the pan over at Overpass, but no, he stepped up. He's delivering the numbers, providing opening kills for his side. kowana, they slow things down, but that allows Strife to rotate in.
Yeah, Stamina and Slide have made their way over. So I'm going to go for a bit of a peek here with the AWP into mid, but the flash, ooh, it's good. Forces him into cubby. Rek's here to support though. That clock's slowly ticking down. Rek, oh, he might find the opportunity here. Gonna swing out and take down kolor. That's a freebie for him. Even gets away with his life. That dink is very misleading and holds the line. Crystal, he's removed. fejtZ, he's gonna activate. maty takes down Rek. They're taking control of the site. The smoke's come through. Slight though, he has a gap here that he can hold. Potential to take down this bomb planter on the cross. Oh, but the smoke, it's gonna deny the vision.
The Stamina, he's going to walk for a smoke on his own, tuned in with fejtZ. They're going to quickly wrap the short side.
Bomb does go down though, and we go into this post-side position. fejtZ, he's playing the power angle here in towards Graveyard. He can swing out off the back of his teammates' contact and clean up these players. maty also holding this very slight line in towards Slight. But he's going to swing out, fejtZ going to take him down. Now fejtZ, he can swing out. That's fejtZ removed. The 2v2, that bomb slowly ticking down. AWP, not the weapon for the retake, especially when you are alone. Does a bit of damage on to fejtZ through the boxes, but can't quite find the kill. And once again, Slight, he has to save.
And you pointed out, and now it's all I'm seeing. Slight saving AWP.
Slight time.
Consecutive rounds in a row. Potentially, I think that's not really the same ring to it.
Doesn't really, does it? Yeah.
But what's notable is the fact that Strife, they have this consistent factor of always having the scope weapon just coming forward, but it's actually not finding the impact that they'd really desire. And kowana now, they're 4 rounds away from completely eliminating them.
Yeah, elimination on the line. Strife, they look so solid coming into the CT half with a 9-6 lead. It's often the CT side that we look to that for these teams that are comfortable playing Inferno, they should be dominating, should be feeling really good and able to put up the defense. But kowana, that experience of that IGL of Crystal, of players like Stefan, all these new guns. fejtZ, he's been around for a long time. These guys have been playing and grinding it out in EU for years, playing against the top tier caliber of Europe. And Strife, they're struggling.
I think Inferno is one of those maps in the pool where you can look to, you can say, okay, it's systematically, it's not CT or T sided, it's quite an even playing field. So even coming into the half a little bit down, kowana wouldn't have been phased by that because there's always scope to work a way back in. Slight peering on in down towards middle, but it's a passive angle. He doesn't want to peek in deep and potentially get a kill.
Yeah, they're afraid of just giving up anything early here. fejtZ, he's going to burn a little bit there. Gets a tiny bit amount of damage onto Stefan, but takes far more for his troubles. Now fejtZ, he's actually the sole defender here on B, and he's only got 36 HP. He does get a buddy rotating over now in stamina.
kowana still a little bit interested. Retake utility has been dropped by the CTs. Boosting over on this sort of slight. He takes some spam as well. But that's over towards top brackets. kowana, they're just slowing things down. They're trying to wait for Strife to make a mistake.
You see Stamina even holding, ready to throw this smoke on the contact. Got a defensive setup here. Even a player floating out in towards CT. Strife are just so unsure about where this is going to finish. And that's kowana just playing the mind games, keeping them in the dark, just not aware of where these takes coming to. It's Slide. That's an opening. Been waiting for Slide to find this opening kill, and he's done it onto Crystal. Now with 30 seconds left, kowana, they're going to have to commit.
It changes the game plan, and look at Stamina. He's getting aggressive. He's just on the cusp of this smoke. As this fades, he could completely shut down this execute.
Stefan, though, he's on the other side of that, playing around the angle. The smoke, it's going to fade shortly. Now comes the utility. Stamina on site. The only one here, the boost up from fejtZ. This could be incredibly disruptive. He's going to be presented a kill, and that's the first. Still holding it now. Even doesn't even drop off, but maty and fejtZ, they chime in for two, but the bomb has been dropped in the smoke. There's no time. They've won the round.
They didn't clear the boost. Stefan, at the first time of asking, didn't even consider it. And then when the kill came in, the silencer of the M4 completely masks the position of fejtZ that has been boosted up after previously peeking in. And now, well, kowana, they're on the back foot a little bit. It's a bit of a dicey situation for them. And Strife, it's a long road to recovery, but it's still a way in.
At least now they're up to double digits in just 2 rounds between these two squads. kowana gaming off the fact that they've won so many consecutive rounds now, have plenty of money in the bank to invest into this one. Crystal even opting for the Mac 10. He did not need to get a Mac 10. That's an intentional purchase.
Might just be a signification of that they want to throw a quicker execute in. Look at Slight. Oh, he's just moved off at the worst time. maty could potentially capitalize, but Slight just about escapes.
Oh, you hate to see it. The timing just doesn't work out, but he does find the kill in the end. maty overextending out of boiler. Slight does find him. Now fejtZ is going to jump his way up into apps. That ground has been lost.
The top brackets is where they want to reclaim. Sitting in towards the graveyard is Joel's. In the meantime, Slight's rotated away. It's a man advantage. It was potentially a misread because kowana, they're going to burst all the way in.
It's all on Rex here. He's found the first, but fejtZ shuts down both of the defenders here on the A side. And Slight now, I think he's going to be regretting that rotation because it's so difficult to retake this one. The bomb plant comes through. Utility, it's very light for both of these teams. fejtZ playing this position in towards pit. The crossfire has been set up. Even a player in towards mini pit as well. Everyone coming through from the same position in towards short. fejtZ can even drop a smoke here to play behind. Just spamming out, delaying this take. Gonna boost himself up, looking into long, but Crystal, he's on the site. He's shutting everyone down. Color holding the line as well with that AWP. There's just no way into this site.
It's just really well played. It's a wonderful afterplant from kowana to get their 13th. Strife just kind of limiting their options a bit. They've really got no option but to come in from that short position. And as soon as fejtZ drops that smoke, it's basically game over. 3 rounds away now from kowana progressing in this lower bracket.
Yeah, fantastic entry kills there from fejtZ, and it's just a matter, that entire round felt like a timing situation for Slack, right? We saw it in apps, he just misses that opening opportunity onto maty, does find it in the end, but then decides to rotate off, and as soon as he does, the hit comes in.
It's almost gets like maybe just getting in your own head a little bit. I mean, the nerves have got to be completely overwhelming at times for Strife. But kowana, they seem settled, they seem really tuned in, gets flashed off, does Slight. Doesn't want a second bite of the cherry.
Yeah, no opportunity presented this time for that opening kill, at least so far in the round. He's going to stick around on the A site, though, moving his way into short, in fact, actually in towards app, so it's a double setup there. Utility for the retake towards upper banana here. Coming through, Joel does find the opening onto maty. So it's an opening kill once again for Strife.
That's a good scout to take as well. maty has been the thorn in their side, finding these opening kills for kowana, and the stamina gets flashed in. Whilst there isn't a kill there, it's space gathered.
No info though, they didn't spot a single player behind that smoke. So they're going to throw this utility once again. And Sendry keep them interested. Actually, there's smoke coming through. This is going to be great trade off, but Stefan, he's just charging through. The opening kill, it is found. And now they can throw out their utility to take this side phase. He's ready to swing through the smoke, but there's no one really here to support him. That flash comes through. He has to get the multi-kill here. He swings out, but can't quite find it. Kolor shuts him down. And that's the side completely taken wreck. He's trying to find something here. That bomb, though, is coming through onto the side. Once again, the flashbang coming through, but the smoke, it's holding off everything. And Kolor even finding him through the smoke.
It's a difficult situation. AWP, it can be a very difficult weapon to wield on the T side of Inferno, but Kolor, he's using it to amazing success. I really like that from kowana as well. It was 2 volleys of this counter utility being put down by Strife, and the second time of asking, kowana are like, nah, not today. Walks ahead of it, plays in front of them, blindsides stamina. And that's just the bomb site.
Yeah, just don't let Strife get comfortable here. They got that round back, and kowana aren't going to let them get consecutive. They completely shut them down. And yeah, I mean, Kolor, talk about man of the moment. 22 kills at the moment, just 8 deaths, having a very dominant performance here with that AWP. It's great to see all these players on the kowana squad able to step up at different opportunities as well. Like the completely new additions shining under Crystal.
He's leading in opening duels as well, 5-2 currently for Kolor. And on the flip side, we've already compared the AWPers, but at this point we've got to do it again. Slight, not too bad actually, 3 kills opening to open up the account, but I think that's more on the T side. I haven't really seen it on CT.
I thought you were making a pun there on opening duels because you were talking about Crystal. But no, you weren't.
No, I'm not that smart.
I got a little chuckle to myself, which we always enjoy at our friends' expense. Kolor, the man of the hour. Breaking up into mid, not getting rewarded with anything. Utility once again towards banana as kowana set to take control once again. Yeah,
stamina just holding the pixel. As soon as he feels any contact come their way, he will drop the smoke. Faster approach. kowana hit the accelerator of fate. He now has to defend, but he's only good for 1 kill. And kowana completely swarm B.
Slight with the mad spray there, not able to connect onto anything, and that is the bomb site completely taken for kowana. And Strife, they've got no choice. They have to save. They have to hold on to these rifles, and they have to concede map, series, and elimination point.
Yeah, this feels a little bit dire for Strife. Past couple of rounds, kowana have just really decided to go to one position, and they always seem to find that success. There's been no real contest, and it might just be too tall of a task for Strife, unfortunately. Put up a lovely showing, but going up against series point, it's a very long way back.
The chicken mocking Slight as well. Bark, bark, bark. As he tries to hold on to this M4. Oh, Strife. Still an opportunity though, 5 rounds to play. Oh, that's actually a rifle lost there. That could be huge. The kill comes through and he gets greedy, goes to that AK, but he's hunted down.
600 kills, $600, sorry, for the SMG kill. So maybe could help the finances a little bit. It's a scary situation. See Crystal just talking things over, wants to get everyone on the same page so they don't slip up at the final hurdle.
All that hair gel on display.
Yeah, kowana forming the international roster, right? And also got some of the more good-looking people in the scene. You got fejtZ brought back. Crystal, the hair is absolutely crazy, and it's everywhere.
This is the team with the hair. Look at
yeah.
fejtZ. Wonder if they get together, throw all the gel in, spike it up, activates those superpowers. It's kind of like it's going Super Saiyan in the server, right? It's like a mental thing. You look at yourself in the mirror before the match. I am Goku. That's how kowana are feeling. Like they are on top of the world here, unleashing a spirit bomb onto Strife. Not a lot for them to work with on this CT side going into this round.
Early utility has been dumped in towards second mid. kowana, they've been throwing pace at some of these angles, so Strife try to counter it by dropping grenades of their own, trying to dink down some of these players. Not to be. Instead, kowana grouping in towards middle.
3 players over this side of the map. Slight. Will he catch this timing this time? Getting behind that smoke towards long. So far, nothing being given yet. kowana taking their time here, throwing the utility out. A re-smoke actually coming through. Slight smokes himself off here. Just going to delay kowana from taking any ground towards long. He really wants to hold on to this position.
Second wave utility coming in, and the spam actually goes against Slight. Joels and Rhett, they're now to be tested. It's the pit crossfire. But instead, Slight, he'll get the first contact. A lovely headshot to open up the account.
Now he can reposition. fejtZ, though, he's gotten all this control. Has the bomb on his back towards CT spawn. This is such an awkward position now for the T's. What do they want to do here? There's 3 CTs on the site that they have to contest with. maty holding out from apartments. He's put on notice. Slight shooting 3 bullets through the window. maty ready to throw this Molotov down, but the aggression comes out. kolor, though, he opens it up with Wreck. Now, it's just Joel's left on the side. He's found first. Can't quite convert to the second, and maty, he's opened it up.
Yeah, this feels all but done now for kowana, unless a miracle retake is on the cards. Grouping up towards the top brackets already, though there's a player in boiler. maty will lose his life. 2 versus 2, this is still doable.
Yeah, fejtZ, he has plenty of utility to work with as well. They can flush out pit. Both players are stacked in towards there. And yeah, if this incendiary comes through, that could be everything. But fejtZ, he's denied before he can do it. It's just stamina in the 1v2. That's the first presented. Even the second, the spray, it's not quite there. There is a smoke providing cover, but the bomb is ticking down. He's not being presented. This kill just trying to hunt for it, but there's just no time. fejtZ closes it out, and kowana, they stay in here at conference.
Just about. Lovely stuff. Again, we saw it on Overpass. The second half, it just feels like Strife are almost playing half the game. And unfortunately for them, they bow out of this stage early. You kind of see how much it means to them on the cams. It is completely devastating to see. But look, the deck said it, and I think I will echo the sentiment.